Wow. Oh, man. I'm so glad you like were like, what are we doing here? So I'm going
I
to
know, because I was like, wait a minute, how am I supposed to get in here?
hit that. And then as people start joining, everyone raise your hand and all that good stuff. It's been such a
Yes.
crazy week, but we are here. We've arrived. And I am truly thankful to be here. So I'm going to wait. Okay, we have two people on. I'm not in the comments. That's why. So Rhonda, from where you are on your end, you can see the comments. Are you on the laptop or computer?
I'm on my laptop.
Okay, you can see the comments at your right. You
Mhm.
won't be able to comment by typing, but you can talk to them, or you can use like your phone or something, and then log in and you can type that way.
Okay. Oh,
So
wait, I need to get to the comments, not private chat.
yes.
Okay,
So I
there we
said,
go. Hey,
Nikki, hi,
Michelle. Hey,
friend.
Nikki. Hey,
Michelle,
Daniela. Hey,
hey,
Diana.
Margaret. That's what I'm saying. This crew is so wonderful.
Oh my,
Nikki, we miss you, sweetie. Our prayers and everything go out to you, love. That's
yes,
all
ma'am.
I can do with that right now. Because, but I am
Yeah,
here
'cause
with
we'll
Rhonda.
both be up here blubbering.
Don't. You know, I can blame it on perimenopause. Oh, what I just do?
Okay, now you're gone.
That's because, I'm doing all kinds of stuff now. Sorry
Uh-uh.
about that. No, I.
Oh, now it's just me. Okay. Okay, hey y'all, it's just me. Hey Michelle. Oh my goodness. So I don't know where my host is, but here we are. We'll just wait on her to come back. I know she hasn't abandoned us. I think it was just the click of a okay, I won't go anywhere. She said, don't go anywhere. And I think she's
I'm back.
back.
Yeah, when I put my phone here to record, it just did something I've never even seen that happen before. So Daniela, yes, you see what happens, right? You see what happens when it's natural stuff, everyone. We're
Yeah.
just making it work. I haven't done introduction or anything yet because I'm here trying to get this. Wait a minute. When you try to do new things at the last minute, that's what happens. Okay. Okay, now we're ready. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so everyone, I am here with my good friend Rhonda. She's the Pink Diva Studio, as you can see, and we have a welcome banner running across the bottom for
Yes, I
her.
love it. I love it.
Yes, superstar. So, Rhonda, one of the things I want to say, first of all, it's such a pleasure to be in your presence. Everything that you're doing, girl, don't even start. Okay, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to lift each other up and tell each person how wonderful they are. I am no better than you, and you are kicking butt just like I'm kicking butt. We have to support each other. Women of color, women
Yes.
of a certain age, and you're doing the
Yes.
thing. So if you didn't think you were, you are, because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I don't watch everybody. I don't watch everybody. And Danielle and I have these conversations sometimes because we do have our friends that we follow, but we can't take everyone's content. Just because you have a relationship with someone does not mean you can
Right.
take in everything they're putting out. You just from a distance,
Right.
that good
Right.
post
This is true.
today, you say yes, maybe that good video, but you can't sit through it all. I have a friend of mine, and I love what she's doing business wise, but and I may be wrong, but it's something about the voice that just I can't sit through her voice. For real,
Yeah,
and
I get it. I totally get that.
Thomas said that one time. I was like, I'm gonna do it today because she has really great content. He was in the back and was like, first of all, I said, sweetie, first of all, she is from Philly. So do I sound like that? I was asking her, do I sound
Right.
like from Philly? I sound like I'm from Philly. That's how she sound, like, girl. And I'm like, I just can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
being real. I'm being real,
I
friend.
totally get that. I totally get that.
You don't sound like that though. Okay. So Rhonda, introduce yourself because there's different people here that I haven't seen, and they're probably here for you, which is
No.
beautiful.
Well, if they are, they are so
It's
sweet.
the bringing together of the community. So introduce yourself. Say something maybe personal about yourself, and then like talk about how you got into reselling.
Okay. Hey guys, thank you all for being here. I appreciate the support so much. I'm Rhonda, the Pink Diva Studio on Instagram and Pink Diva Studio on Poshmark, which is my platform to sell on. I do sell on Mercari, but I'm not pushing that right now because we're just gonna work out Mercari. But actually, if you haven't heard my story before, and even if you have got a story, here you go. I actually got started with reselling after I lost weight. I had weight loss surgery like 2.5 years ago. I lost over 200 plus pounds, and I had a lot of big clothes that I didn't know what to do with. And my bestie said, sell them on Poshmark. Well, as the story goes with all of us, I'm sure once we make a sale, I mean, oh my God, we sold something. We're happy. Let's do it again. Let's keep it going. You fall down the rabbit hole. Whole year later, here I am. So, I mean, I'm loving it. And I'm so thankful. I say this a lot. I'm so thankful that I came across the community because I mean, you don't know, but I had been kind of, peeping your game for a little bit before I just kind of tiptoed. And I'm so glad that you welcomed me in and to this family that you have, and they make me feel like family. And I appreciate each and every one of you because you've all been so welcoming and so good to me. And so I totally am forever grateful and thankful.
Yeah, and one thing I will say about the group is, first of all, our private group is for people who don't know. And sorry, we're not taking any new people right now, but we have to see because our group is so close knit, and we're just going through some challenges now, and we have to keep that family connection close before we open it up to any other people. But as I invite people in, they're probably like, okay, yeah, Leslie has a group, maybe similar to what you're used to. And it's not similar to what you used to.
No, it's not.
It's a whole different thing. And it's okay to have your groups because we'll talk about Rhonda just started something too on Facebook. But it's really important to be particular. I've been in groups. I just left 3 this week on Facebook because I try to be supportive. And that's the other thing. People invite me. And, but you can't. It's too many personalities, right. Too many things. And I even had the group that was bigger on Facebook, but it was getting too big. It was too much starting to go on. And I was like, I'm on like, yeah, we're going to nip that because we're just not having it. We're just not going to have it. I just don't have the young person's patience anymore. And plus I'm all about the business, so even the group that we have, I've let people go. And it's not that everyone can be involved every day. I understand that we have lives, but you cannot be in a place where you're just sitting behind, just going 3 weeks later, I'm here. Or when I make an announcement, I'm going to take you out. And then you send me a message 4 days later and say, oh, I tried. You know why? Because you haven't been active.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just at the place where we need it to be. And it's great to be in other groups because we need to. Like I'm in groups that are way beyond, not even reselling related, and we need different relationships.
Right.
And so everyone in our group has brought something different. And this week, I've always been proud of everybody all the time. But this week, when I say they're coming together, man, I can't even, and I'm not going to get deep into it because I'm going to start crying.
No, I was like, no, we're not doing ugly cry.
Yes. Oh yeah. And we have every age group. We have every ethnicity in our group. We're all women right now, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We love you too, Nikki. I'm telling you.
Yes, we love you, Nikki.
Yes, we do. We love you so much.
Love you, Michelle.
If I could just reach through and grab everybody, I would. So you're reselling. What do you specialize?
If you don't already know. Well, actually, I love plus sizes. I mean, to be honest, when I first started, I just went to the bins and went crazy. I was getting this, grabbing this, giving this, and plus size this, smaller, whatever. I just thought it was cute. I got it.
Yeah.
Well, it's, reselling is trial and error as with anything. And I realized that I should stay in my own lane of plus sizes because that's what I know. And the rule of thumb is kind of sometimes you got to stick with what you know and just expand on that.
Yeah.
So I sell mostly plus size clothing. I usually try to keep like an extra large, a double XL on up to 1X and then some. So I do try to, for the not so curvy girl, try to have a little something. But I am all about my curvy girls. I love them. I love to dress them. I love to have things to offer, So we still get our groove on.
That's right.
So I'm always looking for plus size. Plus size, but I think I eat, think, and sleep plus size.
Yeah. But that's
Which
good.
I'm so happy because Jamar, I haven't even checked my email. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming and I'm excited.
Yeah, I was just looking at it today because I got some affiliate money and I was like, yeah, I'm hold off for a minute because I got like some boxes down there I got to get.
I saw.
but what I did was like, I'm a giving person anyway. And my husband doesn't really sell. My husband, Thomas, Pasha Dude X, I always try to throw him out there. He doesn't really sell a whole lot of women's clothes. He still sticks with mostly men's apparel, but women's shoes. So he doesn't, so the things that I got don't really appeal to him. So when my daughter came over to get her Posh Fest box of goodies, I was like, oh, you're here. How about, let me get you an IKEA bag and get you some stuff in there. Cause by me having the affiliate, the money's there. It comes to you in gift cards. They're not giving you money. So I can try anything that I want. And that's the fun thing. So if I'm getting 20 pieces, I took like 10 and I say, here, sweetie, because she's bread and butter every day. She can sell it. She's Forever 21, H&M, things like that.
Okay.
Like,
Yes.
Mom, I saw that you had some Target pools. And I was like, oh, so I was like, okay, I got something for you then, so I just do all this stuff. And I had like this scarf and I was holding, oh, I like that scarf. I said, sweet, you can have it. You can have it. So I sent her out with like half my stuff because I had all these boxes and just one whole box went to her. And I was so happy to get that box out of here.
That's right. I just got rid of a huge, when I say that small sizes do not sell for me, I cannot, I could probably stand outside and try to give it away. And it probably, somebody would say, oh, no,
I agree with you.
I just donated some because I have a really good friend who feeds the homeless on the weekend and takes clothes and food and things. So I just sent her out with a huge box of smaller sizes. And hopefully that helps someone because they were actually just sitting here going to waste. But I just cannot move them. They just sit in my closet and still here.
But I feel the same way. It's like when I open that box, when I opened my Gilmore box, it was like, okay, so it's extra small in here. What am I going to do with this extra small? So I did there were similar sweaters, so I did bundle them together. And okay. That was so that was kind of cool. I think I don't remember what video did I just release, Michelle? I put out one today, another one's dropping. Yes. Oh, it dropped.
I was about to watch one until I realized that I didn't know how to get on.
And then, so I released 2 today and 2 are being released tomorrow because I try not to, it took me all day to edit them. So I said, let me just put them out and keep that content because everybody give me a thumbs up and I only need 800 watched hours now. You guys are just like stepping up your game and then I'll be monetized. Probably in like 2 weeks. It went from 2,000 to only 800. And I was like, wow. So everyone's been amazing. But Cynthia, my friend.
I'm so glad to see you.
So since let's see who we have here. Let me scroll back up. So we have Michelle, Mariana, we have Diana.
Lily. I love you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And so everyone who's here, Christy Blocker, hello, friends, hello. If you have any questions after Rhonda says anything, just throw it out there. And I love this is a little bit better than like the Instagram the chat just goes. It just goes like you gotta catch it.
I know. I have to do eye exercises before I get on because so I can keep up.
So this is like really
flexing my eyes like, okay, gotta do Instagram.
It is. It gets like because people say, "How about if you write me a message?" And the question mark, the messages still go.
Yes,
so you want to talk to the person, but then you're like, "Okay, I don't want to miss the So
right. Don't want to miss anything.
don't want to miss anything. So you've been selling. Now, when did you decided you wanted to get onto Instagram?
Well, I've been on Instagram for a very, very long time, but it was actually just my personal page. I sold jewelry some years ago, and I used to kind of sell some things on there, but it was actually just my personal page. And then one day I said, you know what, I'm going to switch it to business, and I'm going to, maybe do something with that. But, I just still never did until reselling. So I've been on Instagram for a long time.
Yeah.
But I tell you, with the community, and I just really did it. To be honest, I was still amazed that people follow me.
I'm gonna say, hey, like seriously, like that.
That might sound so strange for me to say, but I'm still amazed when people follow me and then people interact and engage, because I love engaging with everyone. I try to engage with everyone on a daily basis. Now I do take the weekends off sometimes, but I love the engagement. I love, the feedback, the support. So I try to give that right back. Mm-hmm. But I'm always amazed. I'm like, oh, people want to follow me. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, imagine how I feel. And I'm like, from 1 to 20, it's like, and like even now, I always try to end the same way. And I'm going to say it now, but I am going to end that it is such a humbling experience. Yes. That right now it says we currently have 24 people. 24 people are taking time out of their life to just listen to us. All they can do is type. It's not like they're coming on the screen. So to me, it's so humbling, because you could be binging Netflix, even though you're probably doing it in the background, but you could be doing something else. So I feel the same way. I'm like, who, what, why?
Right. Yes, Michelle, that's how I feel. I feel amazed all the time. And I love the community as well. Oh, no, you're not boring. Don't say that. No. Own it, girl. Own it. You're not boring at all.
Like, Michelle over there showing off. Every time I turn around, she going live with somebody now for who wasn't going live, and she won that tribe.
And I think that that's amazing in itself, that you had challenged them to go live, and they have come through like champs.
And this is Michelle is one of the newer, like you, Michelle, and Margaret are the 3 newest people in the group, and Cynthia, and then of course now Rosalind. But all the other ladies have been with me. Nikki from the beginning of the year, but all the other ladies, Wendy, Patricia, Roxanne, Christy, Maria, Daniela, since 2019. And so it was kind of like we were there. And then as things come to me, and as I see stuff in the community, I'm like, we got to make a statement. We have to start doing some things, even if we're not it's not all about selling, because we're at a time, as we know, just in our private group, what's going on, that everybody needs a word. And we don't know what that one word could be for someone. So if we can just step out of our own way and go in front of the community with just our normal life. That's what all I do every day, is just show up me. I'm like, you're looking at me, but that we don't think that that's important, because I'm about to say to you, tell everybody your age, because you seem to own it really well.
Oh yeah. I turned 60 July 9th this year.
60. And I didn't know she was a July baby, because I'm a July baby too. 60. Yeah. That is beautiful, and it's the melanin in the skin. Look at her. She doesn't look 60 years old. And so I see, as her platform is growing, she has a platform. That's what it is. It's a platform. Let's call it that. And she's starting to coach and do some things. So you joined the community. What was your first, people are watching you, but what was that first thing that you decided in your life that you were going to do? Because I haven't known you that long. So what was that first thing you did? Did you decide, look, I'm just going to throw a live out there, or I'm going to start?
I think that the first thing that I actually did, because I actually tested the waters here and there doing different things. But the first thing that I really did, I told my daughter, I was like, I want to do a live. but I don't know what to do it on, or what am I going to do? And then I bought my first B&G box. So when it came, I was still sitting around talking about, well, what am I going to do on this live? And then I thought, why not just do an unboxing? because I felt like once I did that, that was kind of breaking the ice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of took off from there.
That's right.
I started with my B&G, and I think I did one or two, and then I actually did a challenge where I was challenged to go live, and so I did that a couple of times. But after that, I felt empowered really to be able to take that platform and use it for the greater good.
Yeah.
So I always, my thing about with even my content, I'm going to either give you a morning thought. I'm going to find some corny thing to post, like for Taco Tuesday, or or Friday night, date night. No, I'm joking. I'm at home.
Yes.
or I'm gonna either make you think, make you laugh, or we're just gonna have discussions, like I did with the extra large. It's not a 1X.
Right.
That was a big discussion. I was so surprised.
I don't know if I heard that, but you are right about that. And my other thing is how I don't know how somebody determined a 14 to be a plus size. Like I'm like, where'd that come from? I don't know, years ago.
That's the word.
Because that makes me and that's how Poshmark starts. Like when I first started selling, I was like, wait a minute, I'm feeling some kind of way about that. Like,
and see, it's because of it's because they include like Torrid.
Yeah.
When they change their sizes to single digits, those single digits still mean 14, 16,
exactly,
16, 17, 18, 20, and things like that. Yeah. So I was like, but I was confused when I got my B&G box that they threw some 12s in there. I said, well, when did 12 become plus size?
I know, seriously, like, so it's because you see, and that's a whole conversation in itself.
Oh yeah, it is.
Even at a 16, I know I'm looking good. I go to my stomach and I go, you know what? I could lose a couple pounds, but I really don't have to.
No, Christy. Now they're saying size 8 is plus size. Stop it, Christy.
No, don't start
because to play lies.
Yeah. That might be another company with an 8 that's supposed to be an 18 or something. Don't even.
We're gonna say that might be an overseas company.
We're gonna have to investigate that seriously because it's like society is already bad, and we have these young ladies. Right. We want them. Really, all I care about is you being healthy. Yes. Being healthy, and we know that because you just lost some weight. You know what it's like when you have those extra pounds or whatever. But even when you get to, because I look at myself, I'm a little bit over two something, and people, you not, and I'm like, because I care, I'm supposed to have some booty and some hips and stuff. That's just my culture. I look at my mom and everybody. You're supposed to have something going on, something to grab on.
Yeah, talk about children. Let me not go there. But
in society, because these young girls, even when we were young, we're still looking at magazines, and that's what you see. And even the women of color, they were shapely though, but they still weren't like, you didn't see too many big women who were the movie stars and like that. So that's what society is telling us. And I keep telling my girls, because I got this one over here, size 1. I said, if you tell me you fat another day, okay?
Oh. My granddaughter kills me with that. You're not fat. What you are is curvy. And, embrace those curves. Be proud of those curves. Because your Gigi's a curvy girl. Your mama's a curvy girl. Girl, it just runs in the family. Let's embrace it.
More to hug on. Look, come on now. But that one, I'm like, but that's a treat. I'm talking about she a size 1. Get out of here.
I wish I would hear her say that.
Those are those days, like, because she gets that from her father. When I met him, he was a very thin guy. He's not anymore. See, age does it to you. But I was like, yeah, talk to me in 20 years after a couple babies or something. Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Please, I used to be kind of
so
small.
What 0 So what 0? What'd you say, Nora? 0 is gonna be the? Oh my God, I hope not. Well, you know what? I just found out that Torrid has a 0 0.
0's Torrid. Yeah. So that's
0 is Torrid.
Yes. So hello everyone. What is Margaret saying? There is not much difference between sizes. I have a range of 3 to 4 different sizes depending on the week. Let me tell you something. Listen.
No, that's right.
Is it all women here? It depends on the time of the month. Listen, like I could be out there in June. I'm like, who are these same jeans kind of big? I know what's about to happen now, the next couple of days. So
let me think back on that.
Don't even here. I'm waiting.
Let me think back on that.
Like, a couple months ago, I was like, oh, it's been nothing happened in the month. Now I'm like, are you serious? Look, this is a 40-year thing I've been riding. It's time to go. All the babies are going. Like I said, I wish I could push a button on me, say, I had 5, I'm done. I had the tubal ligation, I'm done. For real. So stop that.
Right.
But it just
let me tell you, I think I went through this in my 50s. So all of a sudden, over the last year or so, I started having hot flashes again. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm fanning. I got the fan blowing. I've never really had a fan just on me all the time.
Right.
Girl.
That's me.
I was like, okay, see, nobody invited you back into my world.
For real. Say, stop playing, okay?
Stop.
Women, we got to go through some stuff. Okay. Guys, hold your ears. If you're married, it doesn't matter. Because it's not a lot to buy this Thomas. So let's talk about Brunch with Divas.
Well, that is my baby. I have to say that is really my baby. I've tried a few things, you try and fail. But with Brunch with Diva, I feel that to my soul. I love coming on every Wednesday at 1:00 Central Standard Time and bringing just new resellers or not, or people who nobody knows about.
Right.
And because as you've said before, we're resellers, yes. Yeah. But there are so many other things going on.
Exactly.
Like tomorrow I have on Mariah, and she's MK Infinity Closet on Poshmark. And just during the course of speaking with her, I found out a few things. And I was like, what? Really? I'm like, well, we got to talk about that because, this could help someone out there. You just never know. So I just always like to reach out to the community and grab different people and let them talk about what they have, what else they have going on. My first guest actually was Allie, Wild Heart Collective. Amazing girl. So positive, so full of just life. People still talk to me to this day about her.
Nice.
And I was happy to do it. I just feel this. I feel this in my soul because I love people. I love talking to people, and I want to give I just want to give the people a platform. And it feels good. And that's when I knew that I was onto something, when it felt good in here.
That's good stuff. You have like a delay when you're in. I mean, I can hear you, but your screen is getting a little.
Oh, come on, screen, stop. Screen.
She fussing at her screen.
And then my granddaughter looked at me like, really? Did you move the computer?
Sometimes that does it. You see what happened to me when I went totally like blank. I hit one little thing and I was about to freak out, but I said, no, calm down for a second. Just look down and there you go. So yeah.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that.
No, but
it was great.
Yeah, it's like so wonderful. And that's kind of how I got started. The first person I interviewed for my podcast, I knew. And I was going live by myself for a very long time until I said, let me just, I think somebody said, well, you're already having people on your podcast. How about start going live? And I did all of that, of course, on Instagram, which is just really, I think, the place to start. YouTube is so overwhelming and so many expectations come with YouTube that if you want to build up your platform on Instagram, and then when you start talking about what you want to do, go to YouTube. And that's what segue into what you've done, where you started on Instagram. And now, from what I understand, you're just loading your lives onto YouTube, right?
Yes. Because you are YouTube goals, So I'm just I took a piece of what you've said about, IGTV Live, and just go ahead and do the IG lives but I decided to go ahead and put them over here on YouTube because eventually, like Terry just asked me, why don't you have a podcast?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's coming. Because I really think this way. I think that everyone doesn't have YouTube. Everyone doesn't listen to podcasts.
Right.
A lot of people are on IG.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you can fulfill those three bases, I think that gives everybody a chance to experience your essence.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100% because that's what happened with me when I started. I was on Instagram, but I didn't know the power of Instagram in January 2019. And so I went where people go, right to YouTube. And I only did 30 and stopped because I was like, I wasn't feeling it. People weren't following me and I didn't know how to do anything. Like people who are with me now, I keep telling you, start from the beginning. Look at the beginning, look at day one, look at that first video because I knew nothing. I'm still figuring out editing, but I stopped. So January, I did my first couple of videos, January, March, April of 2019, I stopped on YouTube because I was like, there's no traction, and I didn't want to be in competition with people. I wanted to do my own thing. So I said, you know what? I have 700 community members over on IG. Let me just do some videos over there.
Right.
And that's where I decided, and it just built up from there. I have 100 and almost 80 videos over there.
No, you do have a
year.
I was like, how many does Leslie have now?
Oh my God. So was the person who said to me that she watched like all my YouTube videos, and that in April, I think it was March, she said, when are you going to start back on YouTube again? And back then I only had 130 subscribers. That was March. This year, 2020. I only had 130 subscribers. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ready. And then we went on lockdown. I said, oh, the people are ready. Because I wanted to provide information and teaching and not just always unboxing. Throw a little bit of everything.
Right.
I wanted to be a real passion, everything I was passionate about. So then I started doing the videos again. So from April of being 130 subscribers, I'm at 1,074 with less than 1,000 watch hours to go to become monetized. So
and I think that's amazing. I think that is amazing.
And that's for anyone who do work, because they think that's what they think about when they see me, right? That I had all this, I'm like there, and I was like, nope, YouTube I started almost from the beginning. So it's goals though. And I have it on my board. That was my goal, to be monetized by December. And I'm almost there.
That's amazing. Well, I just never,
yeah.
Yeah, I just never, I really just, like I said, the whole thing is that I knew in the back of my mind that I wanted to put something out that would help somebody. Mm-hmm. You could learn, you could laugh, you could, whatever it is, if it made you feel good, then I've done my job.
Yeah. There you go. Well, you're doing your job. Every time you show up, you're doing your job with just everyone saying it, just your natural personality. It brings a smile to my face. And I can't, because it's hard not to talk about race. But people, when they see me, that's what gravitates. It's not the fact that I'm a reseller. I have so many people on a daily basis. Oh my gosh, you're Black, one, and you're over 50, and you're just your natural self showing up. And to me, I love the fact that they say that. I just want to be me, just a person showing up every day. But if that means a lot to you, I will take it. I really will, because I think it speaks to, because we don't always see the people who are like us. And so I think it's beautiful. And that's why I do the brown girl chats. And that's why I do the over 50 chats, because that's the group that I'm in,
Right.
I want any kind of chat that is going to touch any, this diverse, a diverse community, because we're a diverse community, So I'm going to come back, look at the chat. It's, oh my gosh. Ooh, it's been some good stuff going on. I'm so glad. Yeah. I'm hoping we're lifting you up. Nikki is like commenting. Okay, so people are talking how they met me. It's like, hello. This is what I love about this community. I found Leslie through Quimby, aka Grateful Queen. Quimby will be on Thursday, and now through this channel, I am meeting Rhonda, the Pink Diva Studio, and can't wait to watch Brunch with Diva. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about connection. Hey, Michelle. So I first saw you live on Sarah Styles and thought I just love her. That was for me, and I started following. Yes, and Michelle showed up
Yes.
strong. She was like my
I love
story
Michelle.
every day. And I was like, who is this young lady? So it says, you are lifting us up. Both of you are so inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Margaret, I am so appreciative of this opportunity to make friends from all different backgrounds. It is very important.
Yes, it's very important.
That's how I was raised. Diversity. I'm from the Philadelphia. It was a melting pot. So,
right. And I was raised that way too. So, I mean,
yeah,
I love our diversity too, Wendy. It's thebomb.com.
See, I know. I eventually knew that was going to come in. Don't get me started, because once I go, I start with
we could be here all night with that.
Oh, listen, it's what does this say? Right? Oh, Nikki. So you just want me to put it all out there, right? Okay. She asked me about peopleization.
I don't know that. So that's on you.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I did it when my daughter was born the next day. They counsel you through, but if you're done, you're done. Sometimes they're very hesitant when you only have 2 children, and they're going to look at your age.
Now they say 2.
They say
because
2.
Back in the day, they said, "Oh no, you only have 1, so you'll have to wait."
Yeah, they say So that's what they did with my sister, and I was like, they should have told her. She probably on here. They should have told her, because she was 7. Okay, so when she went to them after 3,
I am an only child who had an only child who has an only child.
Wow.
We know that's it for us.
That's amazing. That is amazing, though. Because see, a big family here. My husband's the oldest of 8. I have 5 siblings, but my parents never married, so they each have my father's oldest daughter, my mother's oldest child. My brother died. He was the oldest, but he died when he was 8. And so that's been that journey there. A couple more comments. Let's see what we got. It says, I was just in IG. From then on, I wanted to be in her tribe. Actually, Nora was one of the first people that I met through this journey. And what are we saying here? I wanted my mom to get into reselling. When I came across your podcast, I was like, oh, I like her. She is amazing. And then I saw your YouTube videos, and I was like, you're a perfect role model for her. Oh, did she get it? Tell her to reach out to me. I love it. I don't know where you said mom. That could be strange. We don't. That could mean any age. Tell mom to reach out to both of us. Lori Tater just joined us, and that was Jackie Hibbs. Thank you so much.
Yes, Wendy. One child.
Say hello. Do you know Lori?
Hello, Lori. Thank you so much for stopping through.
She is Daniela's partner in crime. They are Thrifters Villa. Who are they to decide when you're done having kids? That's a whole long story.
Well, they sure did let you know back then. They said, oh no, you just have 1. So you just
they definitely did, because I had, of course, 5. So you go in there like you're done. And between doctors and family, I was like, listen, you're paying bills? Nope. Okay, then step on out of it. So
well, I was only 21 when I had my daughter. So they were like, you're too young. You don't know what you want.
Yeah, and that's yeah.
Yay, so, Wendy. Yes. Only children.
That's it. Hey, some people's one and done. My daughter's already saying she's not having these children. I'm like, hey, I'll have to take
my granddaughter.
My granddaughter said that. I have 1 grandbaby right now, but the thing is, it's probably not going to stop there, because we have 10 children. Thomas has children, because I keep forgetting that, because he's older than me, so his son has like a 18-year-old, I think. Yeah. Oh. So let's see. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, because Thomas will be 63, so his oldest son is almost 40. He's closer to 40.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Forgetting that, yeah. So you're on YouTube. You're thinking about a podcast. Would your podcast be a continuation of what you're doing?
Yes. I would love for it to be. I'm still kind of tweaking that, maybe even, might need to pick your brain. But, at first I thought I would just take my audio and put it on to a podcast. And the more I think about it, Terry was actually, she was like, oh my God, you have such a great voice. And she's like, I could just listen to you talk. And I was like, oh my God, Terry. But I just don't know which way I want to go. Some parts of me I want to continue Brunch with Diva on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really don't know yet. It's still kind of early in the game. So do a podcast. Yes, Daniela.
I would say listen to different people's podcasts. Because even Daniela was hesitant way back, and I would say, Daniela, you need to do a podcast. So she's doing a podcast now. But also the cool thing about podcasting or anything that you do, you put your own stamp on it. Because when I first started, I just did it because I wanted to do it. Now other people, even like Denali, who does Flip the Script, she just celebrated a year. So she came after me. And then of course, Daniela, they're about this. She and Lori will be celebrating a year. I think it's December. Correct me on that, Lori and Daniela. But it was, it's amazing how time goes by. But if you have an idea about what you want to talk about, then all the content you put out should be for you. It is for the community, but it's your mind, your thoughts, and the platform that you want to do. So like with me, because I'm getting so busy and going into different directions, there has been a point where I have had the conversations with myself, do I want to end my podcast? Because I really don't have time to sit down and do it. So that's why I decided a long time ago, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Like Lori and Daniela, they do it once a week. Denali, she puts hers out once a week. I just decided I'll do it whenever I want to, I don't care. I mean, it's not going to always. I wanted to do Red Chair Talks on Monday, but I didn't do one this week. And I just released Nessa's video, podcast. I'm taping this, and then if I want to do Red Chair, I want to. And that way, it doesn't put the pressure on me. I can decide when I want to do it. And I love it because I don't do anything fancy. Everybody can work it how they want, but I love the fact that if I record myself, I can just hit my app. If I record with a guest, I can just have them come onto Zoom, record it, and then break it into an MP4.
Right,
so
it's
just simplicity, because you get too crazy about it, then it's overthinking. So you just do whatever you want to do. And
at this point, I'm good with, just putting them on YouTube right now. Like I say, I have, had some thoughts, and whenever it creeps back into my head, I think about it again.
And then you might not even want to do that, because I have another podcast, and that's Am I Really Bald? And I haven't been doing a lot with that, but I started on my alopecia journey with that. But then people started contacting me, and I've done like reading letters of people revealing all kinds of situations. And so I'm going to be getting back to that. I'm going to hold off until January, but starting a new chapter with that because some new things are happening. So you never know where that. From today, I don't know where, I may say I want to do this, but you never know, right? Hey.
Right. Oh, that is so true. I mean, I don't actually, sometimes people would ask me, well, how did you manage to, like my taco video? People ask me, how did I come up with that? I was like, girl, it just came to me while I was eating a tiny taco. And it just so happened that I found a song that was talking about raining tacos.
No, what?
And I just put it together. I mean, I was sitting in the car, and I actually filmed it in the car while I was waiting on a friend to come out of the store.
Oh, no.
That's how easy peasy it was. Now, sometimes, and then other times, like when I did how many devices do you work on at one time? And I had my laptop and my tablet and my phone. Well, my granddaughter actually had to help me with that because I couldn't film it and all that. But most of the time, things come off the top of my head, and I just put it out there. And if it flies, it flies. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's all that fun for me.
The tiny taco. I'm still on that one. But see,
those Jack in the Box tiny tacos, I don't get to eat stuff like that all the time, but that day I did.
So there you go.
Yeah, and then Jack in the Box even liked it. So I was like, okay, Jack.
Yeah, that's good. That's what's up right there. So I am definitely looking forward to seeing more content, and can't wait all the different guests that come on. I have to set, I wish that IG had a reminder setter on YouTube. Whoever, if you that's another thing. So you should do that. Have people hit a reminder, and that way we know when you're going live, because the difference is you're in a different time zone than me. So when I think of time some days, I'm not. And then it's like over and everybody, oh, nice chat. And I'm like, wait a minute.
But you know what? Let me tell you what an epic fail happened. I went to set a timer for Brunch with Diva on my story. And I don't know what happened, but Lexi actually came back and said, why does it say 99? And I'm like, what? I was like, okay, I give up, because clearly I don't know how to set a timer.
The countdown on stories, you have to go backward and not forward. So you have to go up and not down. Because when you go down, it sets it for a different time. I had to figure that out on my own, because if you hit,
when she said that, I was like, oh my God, let me go back and delete this story, because people are going to be like, now what time?
Yes, no, that happened to me once too. And someone said, and I was like, oh my, I thought that I said it, and then it was like set for a year later or something like that, something weird. I was like, you know what? And then I figured out how to do it. It's all learning. We're all a work in progress, you know, and the fact that we're willing to learn and to do it is a beautiful thing. And that's the reminder is an important thing. And then we keep sharing it to our group, because I do know one thing, like it's 30 people net here now. Thank you, 30 people. Everyone should be hitting the thumbs up. People. But if it wasn't for our group, I don't know who would show up. Now, people, once this is released tomorrow, it becomes a video, so people start watching it. But when you come on, you never know who's going to show up for you, right? You never know.
Right? No. You never know who's going to show up for you. But you know, as I'm just forever grateful for those who do show up, because you know, again, that's just taking time out of your day, that you could be doing something else, and I appreciate, you know, all the support.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So you just started a Facebook group. Is it your group? And it's the plush. So talk about
plush and posh. Plush and posh. So I actually did. I started a plus size posher Facebook group. Now, I mean, I have to explain that while it is a plus size group, I don't want it to be just for plus size. I want it to be for people who also sell plus sizes, who want to learn more about plus sizes, plus size selling, plus size photography, plus size, you know, anything plus size. I mean, I'm also, you know, going to bring in some, you know, some self-care, because that's very important, some mental health, because in our community especially, it is still a big hush-hush, you know. That's other people's problems, not ours. Keep it on the low. Don't tell it. What goes on in the house stays in the house, all that kind of business. So I really want to bring awareness to the plus size postures. I actually would love for it to be to a point where, you know, it was more inclusive as far as Poshmark too.
Yeah.
I would love that. That is my ultimate goal.
Sounds really asking me.
But I really welcome, I welcome each and everyone to join. But you know, my only thing is that it's a participation group. Today we did tags, and you have to just showcase a plus size item from your closet. Yesterday was sweaters. Long as you have something plus size in your closet to share, it'll be your closet. I mean, your item will be shared back into Poshmark. So we're just regenerating everything back into the community. Yeah. And it's you know, I just have so much planned for it, but I'm releasing stuff little by little. This is the first week that we've been interactive. So it seems to be going well.
Super cute.
So my God.
That is so cute. That is so cute. I love it.
Let me tell you, I sang that song myself. I mean, all the rest of the day I was talking about It's Raining Tacos.
Both of you inspire me. I just turned 49 on Sunday, so I think you both are great role models that mature women can start. Well, first of all, happy belated birthday, 49. Yes. Oh man, you're gonna love 50. I tell you,
you're almost there. You're almost there.
50 was the year. It literally was one of the best years of my life, because I met everyone here, and it's just
And I
been
think that
amazing.
for me, 50 was good. I mean, it was good. But I tell you, as I've said before, here right now in this moment is my second act.
Hey, it's
Everything has just come to fruition for me. I mean, my life has it's like a rebirth almost. This is my second act. Never let anyone tell you that at whatever age that you can't do,
for real.
because it is possible. You can
Wait,
do.
wait, I'm gonna come back to you, but that caught my attention. Well, how old are you, Margaret?
Oh, wait, what?
Girl, wait, wait.
Well, Margaret, how old are you, girl?
You are a baby, aren't you? Because I was like,
Margaret, I need answers.
I know, for real, for real. We have to. Inquiring minds want to know. Because I
We
was like,
want to
wait,
know, girl.
but is that a mistype? Is that a mistype? So
I was like, what did you mean that she was
59? Yeah, like
right?
So,
Okay, Margaret, I need answers.
okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, so you are.
Okay.
I thought you were. Not that I was aging you. It's just that. Okay, so you'll be 29. You're 20.
She said. Now, Margaret, we didn't ask you to pour your mom's tea.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Hello, Margaret's mom.
We didn't ask you to pour your mom's tea, just yours. But
Yeah,
I get you.
We got the math. We got the math there because I tease my parents all the time. Like my mother is not even 68 yet. My father's birthday was yesterday. He just turned 72, and they were young, having fun, whatever. So
well, I was adopted. So my adoptive parents, my mom was was like 10 years older than my dad.
Wow.
And things. So, I would always joke with them and say, look, because before my dad died, they were almost at 55 years of being married.
Wow.
And I would be like, whoo, child, I think I went through this 55 years with y'all. What is going on?
Yeah, that's like my mother and my stepfather. My mother's 5 years older than my stepfather. They've been married for 32 years. So hey,
Hey, I push up to anyone who can stay married.
Yeah. Well, because my stepfather is only like 2 years older than my husband. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Now, that's some tea.
Yeah, that's some. See, we just be crazy over here. Let me put up my notes. So, does anybody have any questions for Rhonda? So, Rhonda, talk about you just got your bachelor's degree. Now you're getting your master's degree. What is your master's degree for?
I'm continuing my psychology. I love psychology. That is just like my biggest thing ever, because when I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a lawyer. And then I felt just in love with kids. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just work with kids. Well, in reality, it's actually coming back around to me. I'm actually looking or working toward it's in the process of being advocate for the LGBT youth.
Nice.
Yes. So that is something there's a need.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is a need. It definitely is.
There's a definite need for that. So that's where I'm going to focus my attention. That's where I'm going to give my service to, because at the end of the day, really, it's all about giving back and giving service.
Yeah. Especially young people. Especially the younger community. I mean, like this now, the younger community are really the spokespeople and the advocates, because they're pushing through when so many things were not acceptable. So I love it. Like again, I grew up in diverse community, and my mother, everywhere my mother had all kinds of friends, and that's how I am. I'm like, well, we're not doing anything to my children. That's my thing. That's always been my thing. As long as you don't hurt my kids.
Exactly.
Anybody can hurt your kids. I used to have this where, you grow up and they're like, be respectful of your elders. But the elder men or whoever are hurting the kids. They're the ones who are abusing. So now your children don't know how to come to you if you're telling them who to be respectful for, whatever. So I say just respect everyone, and then there shouldn't be any issue. But if somebody's doing something to you, then that's when you should tell. Because that used to
Right. I've stressed that to my granddaughter. I did it with my daughter. I did it with my granddaughter. I'm equal opportunity friend.
yeah,
It does not matter to me.
yeah.
I respect you, you respect me, and all that. That's what I'm all about.
That's what it's all about. Respect. That's exactly what I say, because that's the
Yeah.
thing. Respect is earned, because you're not going to.
Oh,
It don't matter who you are, because everybody can be doing dirty, So let me look up here and see what people are
I
talking
know
about.
that's right.
Even Betty Boop has joined us. If you don't know who she is, that's Lizette.
Oh, yes. She
There's
just
Miss.
told us we were pouring all the tea.
Hey, we got to do it.
Well, Lizette, I know you got some tea, girl.
When we get older, we don't care. I like now.
Look,
It's
tea. I learned the right to pour tea.
Hey, ladies, I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch. Well, I'm so happy you're here, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany, for showing up. How was your workout?
I didn't see Kim there. Hello, everyone. You guys are hysterical. We love you so much. Congratulations, Michelle. Beautiful, beautiful. I love
Congratulations.
Long time.
In November.
Being married is such a lot of work. And I'll tell you, because I've done it 3 times. So,
well, clearly something failed in my department. I'm not sure, but let me just tell you, that's a whole nother chapter. But I tell you, all I can do is just shake my head, because that's a whole nother thing. But you know what? I'm very transparent about that too. I try to just be transparent, especially with having a platform, because I tell you, I might not always just bust out and say this, that, or the other. But if I'm asked, I'll say.
Yeah. No, I think it's really important. I think transparency is important. I mean, you do know where you want to draw the line. I don't get too deep into. With me, I don't get too deep into money. Because when Thomas and I were doing Tucker Talks, I'm not sure if we're bringing it back. I have to think about it. And so that opened up when I decided to do that. There could be any conversation. But I think it's really important for people to see that we're human. I have no problem saying I've been married 3 times, because everything that I've learned has brought me to here. It's all a learning experience. And I'm all about, like, the biggest thing for me is I don't do blame game. When you walk into a situation, you're walking into it. And then if you stay, you're staying in a situation. So you each your stuff, you each come with your stuff.
And I tell you that for me, the time had expired.
Yeah.
And, after you go through and you do this, you do that, you try this, you try that, you talk, and once you find out you're the only one talking, then, some changes have to be made. So it was a tough decision, but right now at this moment in time, it was the best decision.
Yeah. And you have
my God, who said that they had been engaged for 8 years? Oh, Diana. She was like, shoot, I've been engaged for 8 years. Oh, but that's so sweet, though.
If it's working, if it's working.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
She's been engaged as long as I've been married. Almost, yeah. But I think it's like sometimes you got to figure it out, because especially when you're bringing children into the mix. But my ex-husband had to go, so I was like,
sometimes they gotta go.
All my humans that I gave birth to, they came. That was my prize. That's what I walked away with. So there wasn't a mistake. It was all learning, and you grow and you figure out what you can deal with. Because when I came out of that, I was like, oh, so this is what's out here. I was like, seriously? Like,
that's where I'm at right now.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
I don't have the time for it.
36. I was like, really? I was like, come on,
And look, I'm at the point now. I was just telling a friend of mine, I said, you know what? There's just, this whole thing out here is just too much. What I need to do is just stay in it.
Yeah.
You live there. I live here. Put me in the middle, and then we can disperse to our own places.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to retrain anybody about what I like on my burger.
Yeah, that was like my concern when I was going to marry Thomas. It was like a nice reprieve, because we met online, and then we had a fast courtship. We met in August 9 years ago, and then we were married by November, because we were both like, we're older, but it was like we got married. I stayed in my city because I didn't want to take my children out of school. We got married in November. and there was no way I was taking him out of school. So we went back and forth for 8 months. So from November to June. And it was so like he would go back to his place and I would still be at my house.
Right. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, but that honestly speaking, if I were to enter back into that, I mean, they would definitely have to have their own space. I'm not really looking to move my things in, or you move your thing. I don't even want you, no toothbrushes, no nothing. Go home, brush teeth. I actually do that now. It's my bougie way of saying that I'm a coach, but because everyone, a lot of people use coach, and I just thought, I'm a consultant, I'm an advocate. Either way, I just don't like using the word coach. So I actually do that now, and it's just one of the things that's a part of my day.
Yeah. No, Kim, I'm sorry, I got to bring this one up. My hubby was married twice before me, and I always say he had to go through training before meeting me. That's cool.
Hello.
I didn't go through training. I went through life and I grew because by the time I met Thomas, whoever I was supposed to be, I was meant to be, because I was like, I'm not taking it. I don't care. We have mutual respect. My husband's 6'3", 300 and some pounds. And I'm like, listen, I ain't got time for it. And that's not, even if he was in here, because it's like, it's only certain much you want to take. I went through so much stuff. Mm-hmm. So that is an interesting thing there. My husband, it's almost like what I call him, because I say he's domesticated, because he was already living. He's 62. He cooks, he cleans.
Yeah, so he was already kind of set in his ways.
Right, and there's no requirement. So like literally, even when my children were here, they already had their thing. We came in, they did chores, they cooked, they already knew how to do all that stuff. So they could cook a meal. That's old school stuff. My kids were they were independent by 8, washing clothes. Everybody knew how to cook. Saturday morning, by the time the youngest was 5, don't even open my door on a Saturday morning. You know how to make toast. You can use the microwave. You can make cereal. And now all my children know how to follow recipes. So that's what amazed. Like when we got married, I came in, they have a schedule. They know when they get out of school, what Monday it's Craig does trash, such and such and such and such.
Right.
And Tommy already knows how to do stuff. So there's never, ever been a requirement for me to have to cook or do anything like that. Even now, I cook once a week. Like I took some meat out the thaw today, and I was like, I don't feel like cooking. I stuck it in the refrigerator. It's never been that way. So that's what I like. Even though
my granddaughter just definitely laughing at you.
Really? I think it's all about like partnership, and that's what it is. Everybody has to work in their own thing. My son, I raised him to be as equal as the girls, and I tell him all the time. I used to tell him, "Oh no, if you bring a girlfriend up in here and you don't do stuff, I'm gonna say, girlfriend, you don't want them," because that's how we have to treat our people. My son can never say that my mother was like, I ain't cooking. I know everybody shoveled, everybody vacuum, everybody washed dishes, everybody put the trash. There was no man-woman job. The only thing different is the body parts, and his voice may be deeper than everybody else's. He grew up right. I have 4 daughters, and then Thomas, it was 7 girls. We ain't having that, That's what I loved about marrying Thomas, because even now he'll joke and he'll say, "Did you cook today?" He'll call me up and say, "Did you cook?" And I said, "Nope." And he was like, "Oh, you ain't cooked?" I would hang up. So it's everybody's different, hey, but I think that the pressure comes off.
Yeah.
Then my girls, they cook. They're 18 and 22. Mm-hmm. I ain't cooking for you.
Well, I definitely, I don't mind. Now, I don't mind cooking because we're smaller. So like if I want to cook and they're coming over or something, that's fine. Or if my granddaughter's with me, I don't really mind doing that. But she's self-sufficient. She can feed herself.
Yeah, that's it right there. And then my youngest daughter, she has a job. So if she don't like what's downstairs, Grubhub is her friend. And it's coming out of her paycheck. I don't have to worry about it. I don't pay for it, So, so Margaret, that's really funny. It just happens like that because my ex-husband was the same way, and I told myself every situation is different. Like my ex-husband wouldn't get up with diapers or do anything, and as soon as I came home for my daughter who had hydrocephalus, as soon as she turned 5 and I got the okay that she go to school, I went to work, and in 8 months I left him. So I was like, I can't be taking care of 6 kids. It's just, we can't do it.
Right.
I was 5 years older than him, and I was just like, so you have to figure out what works for you. You really do.
Yes.
But I believe in partnership. So when I tell people that, my husband and I, we're partners, and he knows. And even now, he was like, he'll every single day, you live today? Are you live? Are you live? I'm not going to bother you. You got it. You know. I know he thinks I'm like every single day.
I know. I think that my family asked me that a lot. It was like, are you live? Are you going live tonight? Tonight? I thought it was tomorrow. No, tonight.
That's hysterical.
I said, you just never know.
Hey, it's, the funny, you say that, my regular family, like my mother, my father, some of my sibs know that I do this, but my regular family don't, because I don't share anything on my regular Facebook, like Leslie D. Tucker.
Oh.
They don't know what I'm doing. Like, only time I posted was like when I was last year, I was closet consultant at Posh Fest, and I've done a couple like podcasts where I was interviewed, but I don't get into selling. I don't post anything. I don't do any Poshmark stuff, nothing there. So when you start talking to them about what you're doing, they're like, oh, my cousin called me last year on the day before I turned 50, my 40. She said, oh, I'm getting you on the last day of your 50s. I just want to see how you're doing. I'm like, I'm good. I'm a little busy, so I can talk just for a few minutes. And it was like, what are you doing? Because she's always been, I love her, but she's always been bougie. So, because seriously, I love her, seriously. And I think I told her before, I think she used to love that at a time that I was single, or it may seem like I relied on her or whatever, because, but she called me and just thought I would be down. I'm like, no, I'm running around. I'm about to tape a podcast episode, and I'm doing some. She's like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yeah. I have a podcast, and I think we were still doing Posh and Sip, so I think I was heading off to a Posh and Sip. I don't know what I was doing, but then I started naming all this stuff, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what I thought." Don't assume, Don't assume.
You can't do that. Don't do that. Well, while we're talking about Posh Fest, I got my swag box, of course. I'm sure some of you guys did too.
Yes.
So, I'm excited about Posh Fest because, one, you know what? I was planning on, if they had another one, of attending. So I was really excited when, they said they were going to do it virtual. And I know for people who've been before, it's not the same, but it's new for me.
Yes.
And, someone asked me in my comments about it. She was like, were you happy with your box? And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to address that. I'm going to address that this week. And the reason why I felt that way was because, whether I'm happy with the box or not, that really doesn't matter, because the box was just an extra I wasn't expecting.
Right. Well, what I would say in reference to that, we did attend Posh Fest last year live, and actually the box that we got this year was better than the swag they gave us last year. So tell whoever, because the shirt, the mug alone, you guys already know me with my coffee was a little too small, because less like a 16 ounce.
Right.
I opened it up and I was like, this is 4 cups, but I'll make it work though. I'll do some.
Well, you know what? Mine will make an excellent, what I want to say, something I could use in a picture maybe, because I'm all about my iced coffee and I really can't use it for that.
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, you could use it, but it still could be a prop. You got it.
Yeah, I'll use it for a prop.
The shirt is much better than last year's shirt. It's the same concept with the white and just the black outline. And then a bag. We got the bag last year too. And the bag, I don't think was a fabric bag though. I think so. And some of the stuff, it was the same kind of thing. We got a lot of companies donated and stuff. But I will say, as going to the actual Posh Fest, and the other thing I will address about that is first of all, thank Poshmark for doing it, because so many people wanted that. They want the information, they want the closeness, and they want to see the Poshmark community being out there. We're all going through stuff, so they're not as active as if they used to be with all the lives and stuff. You've been on. They used to be before. And so we're all going through stuff. But if you are like an introvert, Posh Fest is a lot when I went, like that was my first one. So I walked into the one with 1,600 people. It's people who have seen it gradually. It was 1,600 people in Phoenix last year. So if I didn't already have like a presence, kind of, I would have been like, whoa. And it was kind of like that. I even had to find places to sit. That's what, like, my friend, like Jack and Ryan, are sitting over there. Like, why y'all in this whole place by yourself? Can I sit with you? It was just them in the room, and I sat in because I was like, it's a lot going on. Because truly, I'm an introvert, and after I get around a lot of people, I'm either ready to go or I gotta find a place, because so it was that thing. So this is an opportunity for people who want to be home, who have children and may not have been able to afford it. I still think it's going to be beautiful. It's all about what you take away. And I'll also say I enjoyed everything about last year. I don't understand what people were saying that they didn't have enough information for everybody. They did. It was just that people think that they know too much, that they didn't allow themselves to be taught new things.
To be open to the information that was there for them.
Because I did the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm a full-time reseller. Why do I want to sit down and listen to these other full-time resellers? So I went to a panel, but I learned some things. And I gave in and said, because I was like, I don't know if I want to go to that. But then I went and I was like, why? They had a self-care panel and I totally enjoyed it. And they're going to have another one this time. One of the speakers,
and I'm excited about some. I'm excited about some of the speakers that are going to be there.
And
so I'm looking forward to maybe taking some time and taking one of those times and go into a separate thing and get some information, because I don't think that you're ever too old to learn. I don't think you ever get too big to learn. And it is a great photo prop.
I think Blake, Posh Boss Blake said that too. Like, or like the little pins that we got little buttons. And but I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I just stuck them up here above my desk.
My boxes, I actually just repacked my box and it's sitting over here in the corner, but I keep saying I'm going to get it out and put the stickers on my computer.
Yeah. I unboxing because everybody's been unboxing. I'm like, you know what? I've been before. Let all the people who are brand new enjoy it. I just took
I was brand new, so I had to do a reel.
Nothing wrong with it. My daughter did a whole video. My daughter Stacy Peach Boutique, she had hers sent here because I was like, oh, they sent me 2 by accident. I got 2 shirts. But I forgot that she sent hers to me. I was excited.
What are you talking about? Oh, I got 2.
They made a mistake. Seriously. And then I was like, oh, this says Stacy on it. That's right.
Look, I'm just gonna put it out there. Look, they were out of plus size shirts. I don't have a plus size shirt. I ended up with a large. So I was just like,
actually pretty big too, though. It surprised me.
Not when you got cha-chas.
I know. And see, I got a large, and because I was like, I remember last year's shirt was big, so I said I'm going to get a large. But the thing is, that's how fast the tickets. Because I set an alarm, and as soon as my alarm went off, I went and bought my ticket. At the time there was 328 2XL and like 3XL. So
I waited too late. That's what it was. I should have done it right when I saw it.
It was a number letting you know how much of each shirt was there. Yeah. So that's
I said I was going to start a petition. We need more plus sizes. It went really, because when somebody had said that, like 2 days later or that same night or whatever, I was on Blake's thing and people were like, I didn't get it. I'm like, it was a ton of them, but I can't wait for the number of how many people signed up. So I think it's going to be great. And also you get to pick what you want to participate in. If you don't want to, because there's certain things that I like. Even last year, I was like, I'm not interested in that topic. So you can decide that you don't want to. I've always. That's the thing. That's the thing about it, though. It gives you so much. I mean, just for me reading everything the other day, it gives you so many choices. So I mean, you might not like A, but there's B, C, and D.
Exactly. Oh, seriously?
I mean, so there's something I think there for everyone.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the State of the Union I always do, because that's Manish does the State of the Union when he does the big speech. And then he's going to be chatting with Serena Williams, who is a board member. For people who didn't know that, they announced that last year because she had a closet last year, but now she's a board member. And they had made the announcement that she would be participating this year before we knew that it wasn't going to be live. Anyway, she came up on the screen and said, she said, I'm gonna miss you this year, but I'll be there next year. So they're going to be having their chat, which is wonderful. So I'm excited to see what's going to go on. you know, hey, I
Right.
can't wait. I'm right in the house in my yoga pants like I am now. You know, and then no one can see me, so I don't have to put the brassiere on. Um,
Exactly. Let me tell you, that's still the best part of the day.
listen, that's why I hardly leave my
That
house
is
because
still
I like
the
to be
best part of the
comfortable.
day.
I like to be comfortable. If people like to dress up, girl, please, I got on socks, these nice stretchy yoga, these nice jeggings or whatever these things are, and I just put
Well,
the
I'm
bra in the
still,
t-shirt on.
well, let me just be honest. I'm still dressed for when I came in from the doctor. So if I had just been
I
here
see
and
you.
had nowhere to go, I would have
Hey,
had on, I probably would have still had a beat face because that's just who I am. But I would have had on this really cute shirt and a pair of busted sweats or, or
oh,
shorts or something. It's a
listen,
party up here and just failure down a block.
I love it. I love it. There are people who are teaching classes like how you should go, how you should be doing your lives in your Zoom. And I say, do what makes you happy.
Exactly. And
You
that
know,
is
if
so
you
true. And
want it
that's true
for
about
the
life.
hello, if you have been like, if I do a chat with a group of ladies and you've been in the house and you're like, you know what, I haven't had makeup on in a month, girl, dress on up, come beautiful if that's what you want to do.
That's
It is
right.
nothing
That's
wrong
right.
with it.
Because
But if
this
you
is
don't
just
want
me.
to,
This is just me. This is me all the time. My granddaughter used to say, "Oh my gosh, you got to put on makeup before you go to the store. You got to put on. You'd probably put on makeup to go get the mail." No, I don't do all that. But
mm-mm.
I love makeup. I've always loved it, and so it's just a part of who I am.
Yeah, and see,
But
I'm the opposite. I wear it because I used to sell makeup and do people's faces and stuff like that. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm good, just like this. You know, I stick some lip gloss on, and if I do go somewhere, like I did go to Posh Fest and had my eyes done, and if I do, but for the most part, here I am. You know,
right, and you know what? And I just told somebody this earlier today. It might have even been Trish. I was like, girl, I just don't sit around in a house like that.
look,
But sometimes when you don't go out, like we've been quarantined, we've been, in the house, you don't go that many places. I know actually put pants on today. I feel that. So
what are you?
sometimes you just kind of want to zhuzh it up.
You and Curtis want to tell us something? You know,
Is
she
there
said,
more tea?
for real, she is leaving something out. We don't want. Hopefully, he's not there. We don't have him blushing. Okay, I'm gonna check a couple more comments. Anybody, last minute? Do you have any questions for Rhonda? Rhonda, what is your goal going forward? What are your visions and dreams? If anything you want to share with us.
Oh, well, right now, of course, is to continue reselling, continuing to try to bring something to the community. And, of course, achieving my master's and moving forward with my consulting business.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
those are the things that are on my table at this moment. I'm really beginning to put the work in to grow my consulting business, my advocacy, however we want to put it. So that's something that I've really taken the time to start working on. So those things right there are definitely my future. Now, my immediate future in the next few weeks is to move into my new place.
Nice.
And we'll see. I might be having some surgery, plastic surgery, because I got to get rid of this.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
I
what
went.
happens when you lose, right? So when you lose
Yes,
a lot of weight,
actually, I went for my plastic surgery appointment today.
nice.
So, we'll see in the next few weeks what happens with that. But I'll keep y'all posted.
That's what I was gonna say. All of that is story. Like, I don't know about
Yeah.
anyone else, but I'm like, that's the one of the things about like the pandemic. I'm like, wait, when do I have a doctor's appointment or something else I can talk about? You know, when I went on the road, I'm like, I am out the house in the real world. Aside from taking coffee cup photos every single day, what can I put out into the
Yes,
community?
but we look forward to that because you got to start it with that. So if you don't do one, what's
Will
wrong?
show up. I know today, and that was the funniest thing. That is a lot of engagement. So yesterday, I didn't get as much. I did get a lot of engagement with the suicide one, but that what a lot. I think people really love like me taking a picture with me and my mug. So I'm like, and I guess they're waiting every day to see what mug is Leslie going to use today. So maybe it'll be the Poshmark mug, and I'll see what I'll do with that. But
that's me. I'm waiting to see what mug you're gonna put on every day. Every day, I'm looking for the mug.
So I'm gonna have to do I'll be going for a mammogram. I'm going colonoscopy, but I'm not going to share all the details. But I love to do like the nurse did my mammogram, just photo, not showing nothing was, but just so that I can keep people like, aware. We want to remember, ladies, are you getting your mammogram? Are you over 50? Does colon cancer run in your family? It runs in mine. My doctor even called me and said, hello. And so that's what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, getting mine, because
definitely, because healthcare is important. Well, I'm not going to lie. I have tried to avoid that whole thing because it's just something about it that just, it doesn't touch my soul in the right way.
Yeah. It's an interesting journey. Years ago I had it because I used to have a lot of internal problems. I was really young though. I was younger than Margaret, and they took me through the whole gamut. And finally, it's just gastrointestinal stuff. It's just really, I had to change the way I ate and everything. But when I went with Thomas last year, I was like, they knock you out. No, I'm like, sweetie, like, do I really? And I was trying to avoid. I mean, it is my father's mother died from colon cancer, so it is in the family. But I'm like, I'm feeling good. It's like,
and it's important. It's important to do. And I'm actually going to, once I kind of get everything moved and calm down, I'm actually going to go ahead and do it, because by me being adopted, I don't really have anything to go off of, but I have my daughter and my granddaughter. Right. So they need to know these things.
They need to know. Yeah. Michelle, don't get up here causing no trouble. It is too. By the time you take all the stuff and everything, stop.
And Wendy said it doesn't touch your soul at all. It touches something totally different. Well, Wendy, that's what I was trying to say on the low.
See, making people real. Come on, Wendy. Bring that stuff. Bring it. Bring the real
Wendy,
deal.
That's what I was saying on the low down.
Always being so sweet. Come on, Michelle. You know you're not sweet at home all the time. Keep it real with us. That thing,
Well, I've heard stories. But, I have heard people say it was the best sleep they had for that short period of time.
Well, look, when my husband woke up, man, the stuff that he was saying, I was like, okay, I'm listening. What you got to say? He was like woozy, and I was sitting there just cracking up, and I was like, I'm going to film, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. But he was like, and I'm like, oh man, what's going to go on with me? So
and then I know, and the prep is the bad thing. The prep is what I've heard is the bad thing.
It's the prep. It is totally, and it's actually a little bit better than it was years ago. You go in and you get your little bad thing, but years ago when I did it, it was a gross. So. And there's nothing wrong with having this conversation, but come on. She said now, she said, well, the prep, that's exactly what I mean. You're asleep, so you're not experiencing all the other stuff. It said that, because my thing, my bottom line, I always say, why? I'm a lady. Why is all this other necessary this stuff? I'm a lady.
Don't we go through enough?
For real.
Don't we have enough to go through?
You go from ill to ill to ill.
That is so true. It's like now you want a colonoscopy. I mean, really. We have to get our boobs smashed. We have to.
Oh, that's. Oh yeah,
that's
Michelle.
Another issue.
So how was that, Michelle? Yeah. Well, they put that thing under the. Oh man, my first one. I was like, and you want me to what? Oh, and this is the funny, real quick funny story. So I was still in Philly when I went for my first mammogram, and I go into the place, and the technician, she's like, hey, Leslie. I'm like, do we know each other? Well, she knew my name, and she's like, yeah, we used to work when I worked in court. We used to work whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah. Now, first of all, you don't want somebody 10 years on your boobs. But now I was like, oh, hey. And then she wanted to talk to me the whole time and stuff. I'm like, listen now.
No. Well, I will share this with you. That getting a mammogram for me when I was 464 pounds was, and getting a mammogram now that I'm 2 something. Let me tell you, the smush is way different. I felt like my whole boob just, I was like, oh my God, where's that cushion that I used to have? There is no cushion.
Oh my God. I feel like
once you lose weight, girl, it's over.
Well, I think it's also it's like after the gravity goes too, because I'm like it's just flat. It's like nothing, no boing, no nothing.
I'm feeling very Whoopi Goldberg, how she said she has to roll them up and put them in her, stuff them in her.
You know what, y'all? Okay, so wait. So Wendy said I'm just always worried about losing my footing. For real, I know because I'm like this thing don't go down.
Because they have you all up like this.
Like that thing don't go. You are so right about that. Put your arm over. Oh my gosh, ladies.
And they're like, put your arm over here and move up this way. And you're like, really? Calisthenics this early?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. This has been so much fun. Oh my gosh. Rhonda, I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. I have had a blast with everyone. Thank you guys for engaging us and engaging with us.
Yes. We appreciate
you so
much. I thank everyone for coming on, especially Nikki for coming on tonight. Hopefully we didn't forget people, but I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to spend it with us. It's a humbling experience for me every single day. You just don't know how you make me feel. Hit the thumbs up, watch some of the videos that are coming out. I have a lot of new stuff coming out, new stories, new adventures, new business. It's Nikki, you too much, girl. I'm so glad you're finding some humor.
Miss Girl, we're not gonna go there.
You have about 5 years. They say 40 unless it runs in your family. So you have a little bit of time. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that means because it was like always it seemed like they were there, and then when you're nursing, it's like they're really there. So that was like,
I can't give any advice for not having much because I've always had.
So they'll work it out.
Abundance.
Make sure they adjust the machine though, because like what Wendy said, if you don't get in, if you come in there after a tall person, you'll be up on your tiptoes trying to figure out, and you're on there, and so you don't want to be a fire drill or anything because you're stuck under there for a couple of seconds. You won't want no ripping or tearing.
Well, before we go really quick, thank you guys. Brunch with Diva, of course, is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
But I want to say that I haven't even announced this yet, but next week I'm doing a special edition with Ryan.
Nice.
From Jack and Ryan. And I'm so excited because I love him.
Yeah.
So
they're my
I just reached out. I had actually talked to Lizette about it, but he said sure. And the only day that he could do it was on a Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Oh, Ryan and cool. So the two of them are just beautiful. I met them at Posh Fest. I was like, I didn't know them. I was sitting at the airport because we had to wait for a hotel, and there was a Starbucks there, and you could see everybody get up. They had to come and get their bags. We were right where the bag pickup.
Okay.
I was sitting with 8 women, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, Jack and Ryan!" And I'm looking like, seriously, I had no idea. They're young guys. I didn't know who they were, and I'm like, "Okay, go say hi." Oh no, I'm like, so I get up. I said, "Well, I'll go over and say hi." Hey, guys.
I was nervous about asking because sometimes you just never know.
Well, you never know, but that's the thing. Like, I didn't know them. I got up and they knew me. And that was the thing that they were like, "Oh my gosh, Leslie." I was like, wow. They were like, "We know who you are." And that blew my mind. So we took a picture. Then the next morning, Ryan comes over to me and says, "Girl, we have to redo that picture because that first one was just real bad. We got off the plane and did not come out right." So I said, "Okay, let's do it now." So we go over and I said to the other young man, "Excuse me, young man, can you take our picture?" Well, it's Nick. You guys know Nick. They're friends. So I'm like, I didn't know that until after the fact. I didn't even know who any of these guys were. So I took a picture of him. I posted it. My daughter sends me a message. "Oh my gosh, Mom, that's Jack and Ryan." I'm like, okay, yes, 2 nice young men here.
Yes.
Love them. And I'm like, oh. And they were both like, "Leslie, first of all, we know who you are, but why are we not following you?" And they've been on the podcast and they've been on the live. So they are fantastic.
And I would have loved to have both of them on, but Ryan and I kind of had a little conversation during the Black Lives Matter. So I felt, that I would reach out to him first.
I love him because he's going to, he's going to be a teacher and this,
yes.
That's the cool thing. Yeah.
And he's cool, so we can kind of vibe off of that whole school.
Yes.
So I'm really excited. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I haven't even
excited. So guys, she's going to have Ryan on, Ryan Thrifts. Yes. So I can't wait for that. But yes, he's so much fun and just such an awesome person. Yeah, he sent me these poly mailers for my birthday. He sent me a message and said, I need your address. And he sent
it to me. Gosh. And I love those.
Yeah. So I thought that was fantastic. He knew that I liked them. So he sent that. So that was beautiful. Yeah. So he's a beautiful person. So friends, Rhonda for coming on. Check out Brunch with Divas tomorrow. It is Central Time. Okay. Thursday, I will be on with Quimby. We'll be talking more about the grateful therapist, because she's a psychotherapist who specializes in child trauma, loss and things like that. So I'm excited about that, having her on. We've pushed it back and we're finally going to do it. And I have a couple other people coming on next week. Someone's going to be teaching us about Pinterest, and Lori's coming on the 1st.
I love Pinterest.
Oh, Pinterest is my jam. That's where a lot of my business comes from. So
y'all taking some of your advice with that too. But we can talk. That's all.
I'm telling you, everything that you do, you need to have a board and pin every day on Pinterest. It's going to grow. Look at your analytics. But I want to thank you, friends, for joining us so much. Any last minutes for the team, for the group, Rhonda?
No, thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for embracing me.
Yay. Thank you, guys. I love you.
Love you guys.